Hey Peaches, I'm Eleanor and welcome to Peaches by Starlight Tarot. This is your weekly pick a card reading and this is an experimental format. I'm trying it for the first time, so it may take me a few weeks to hit my stride. I appreciate ahead of time for your grace and patience while I figure out how it's all going to work and the cadence and whatnot. This is a reading for the general collective, so if you would like a private reading, I do offer those all to yourself. You can check out my Etsy page, which is linked below, and you can design your own, build it with all the decks you want, and it can be big or small, however you like. So I'm using the Law of Attraction Tarot and Healing with the Fairies for your pick a card, and I have today a fox, a deer, and a skunk, so go ahead and meditate on which one of these. While you're choosing, and don't think too hard, your first impression is usually accurate. I felt guided to choose a theme for each week. I've been feeling drawn to the idea of people as doorways between worlds, portals by which light and dark enter or are shuttled out, like cosmic bouncers or guardians of the gate between manifestation and not. So I've chosen the Strength card. I felt drawn to the Strength card as a theme this week because to me it's a very tantric energy. It's where the divine and material become one in the human experience, how the divine interfaces with creation in this meat vehicle. And so I feel this awareness being depleted lately, at least in my orbit, in my realm. And so we can always use a reminder from time to time how important that is and how... Anyway, so I'm using Divine Doors, and so at the end of each thing, I'm going to do a pick a card for 3 further messages for each one. So you can go ahead and set your intention now if you've already chosen your stack, which of the 3 after your reading will have a message. And I'm not going to talk long. It's just going to be a quick brief little something. So go ahead and I will timestamp and let's get started. Alright, stack 1, if you chose the fox, I'm going to set him, where does he go? He goes right here. We'll figure it out. So your Healing with the Fairies card, so your theme for the week is make music. And you have the Page of Cups, Justice, 2 of Wands, and the 9 of Coins. Okay, so the most glaring connection I'm getting is with make music and justice. People like to make justice a card of human law, but it applies to all law and all natural balance, it's laws of physics, laws of math, laws of thermodynamics, laws of nature. So music has a natural effect on our mood, and it lifts it up and brings about that type of equilibrium that the Justice card is talking about. Here, let me hold that up while I talk about it. So it's balancing your stress hormone profile, reducing cortisol, promoting dopamine, all that stuff. So, and the second note on music is pay attention to lyrics and synchronistic lyrics. So like a lot of times the divine will speak to us that way, and especially listen up if something's giving you goosebumps or chills, there's an important message in there for you that you need to hear. Moving on to this Page of Cups, listen to something completely new. Get outside of your comfort zone, get outside of your normal, change up your playlist a little bit. You may happen on a new song, or with the page being kind of a messenger, someone might share something with you. Hey, have you ever heard of this? This is new. It's making me think of those 2 guys. They're kind of on the rise right now in popularity, but they're these 2 twins, and they post reaction videos. They're hearing certain classic songs for the first time, and it's by watching them you get to relive it too, like hearing that song for the first time. And so it's something that's going to introduce you artistically, that inspires you to branch out on a whole new rabbit hole. And if you play an instrument, you might be inspired to play a new one, or be intrigued by a genre that you might have previously up until this point decided that you didn't like or wasn't for you, or you decide you didn't like it, and then you hear a song that kind of like is this your little segue into a whole new world of music that you hadn't given a chance before. Nine of Pentacles, big thing here is if you're in a band, part of a group, part of an association, I held up the Two of Wands when I was talking about the page. That was doofy. I'm sorry. So all that stuff I just said was about this card. Oh. Anyways, Two of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. This is what I want to talk about now. So you may be drawn on like a solo journey to branch out and to separate something that's all you. So there's not really going to be anyone to collaborate with, no help coming in, but at the same time, that's all the credit for you to enjoy. And even if it has nothing to do with music, it's about beginner mindset and balancing, blazing a new path for yourself that leads to a potentially new income source or a sense of creative independence where like no one is going to have a say, no one else has an influence. It's whatever you want to do without anyone else. And or having to be like, well, what's, you know, when someone's kind of funding you, you have to kind of be a little bit in alignment with whatever their idea is. And when you're totally self-funded or you're totally independent, it's like very indie energy where you do whatever the fuck you want. And it's also a little bit making what you like without concern with what will sell. It's like a total and 100% authentic expression of whatever it is within you without any mind to what people want. So now with the Justice card, in this particular deck, confidence is key. So it's going to be, you are going to have to own it. You're going to have to act as if, they say, proceed as though you were already there, as though you were already successful. No tiptoeing or not putting in the work, because that would mean you're taking it seriously. Taking it too seriously. So for real, take yourself seriously, because if you don't, no one else is going to, okay? And one more note on this Nine of Pentacles. Why do I keep doing that? I keep pointing to the wrong card. This Nine of Pentacles, there is a lot of angst in the air right now. And so this card is a card of pleasure and rewards and enjoyment and savoring. And so show yourself some kindness. Music, I mean, all of that meaning and whatnot I just said aside, it feels good. And there isn't really pleasure in wealth for wealth's sake. Seeing a number on a balance sheet or in your bank account it's not the green and the metal, the jingle. I mean, that's not where the pleasure is. The pleasure is where you exchange that for something that brings you pleasure. Food that tastes good or music that feels good. So it's going to be like investing in music lessons or upgrading your Spotify or whatever that is, downloading a song. But not wealth for wealth's sake, but wealth for pleasure's sake, and taking care of yourself in that way this week. Okay? So let me go ahead and get your 3 doorways. If you have decided that you want card 1, there's your doorway. It says, forgive and forget, a ritual cleansing of pain and lies, arise and awaken, see a new sunrise. I like that with the page. A new sunrise. It's like a new horizon. I feel like I could have said that with the, I'd said a new branching down a new rabbit hole or a new direction. New horizons. That's another way of putting that. All right, if you chose card 2, there are also some great songs and lyrics about letting go and forgiveness. I feel like I quoted this a few weeks ago in one of the readings. No, it was the same song, different lyric. If your old man did you wrong, well, maybe his old man did him wrong. If you care to sing forgiveness songs, come down and join our band, and we'll cut you like a sword and sing forgiveness songs. Anyway, if you chose card 2, here's your doorway. It says, yes, kiss the ground and touch the sky. Your soul is set now to leap and fly. That sounds like you're going to be dancing to that music. And look at this little green guy, reaching for that sky. All right, if you chose card 3, there's your doorway. Draw down the moon. The forest nymphs dance in sheer delight, singing soft songs, find us in the wild. Good night. All right, like, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you in a week. All right, stack 2. People who chose stack 2 or chose the deer, you have for your weekly theme, your fairy card is Miracle Healing. And you have the Sun in reverse, the High Priestess, Death, and the 8 of Wands. All right, with the Death card, there is potential here for permanent change. If you allow it, if you go through with it, if you follow through. The big thing with miracle healing, this is not like the Christians, you know, touching the priest or whatever, or the, you know, the pastor, and he says you are healed. It's not going to be like probably not medical in nature. That would be irresponsible. This is going to be more, I feel like it's right now what everyone really needs is an emotional healing. I feel like we're all very depleted. There's a shortage of kindness and grace, and that starts with the kindness and grace that we're not showing ourselves. So we definitely can't provide it for others if we can't provide it for ourselves. So with the big thing with miracle healing, assuming you've already done the work, now you have to let nature or the divine do the rest. It's out of your control. You've done all that you can do. This is the point where it's time to hand over the rest. It's out of your control from here. Otherwise, it's not really a miracle. If you bring it about, if you do it and you do the work, then it's an accomplishment. It doesn't say you accomplish a healing. It's a miracle healing. So it's you've done what you can, and now it's you have to turn it over for the rest of it. And now with the Sun in reverse, it's going to be extra challenging to trust, because on the surface things may look pretty bleak. It's like the darkest before the dawn card, I would say, when it's in reverse like that. The Sun is a dawn of a new era and a new enlightenment, a new clarity. So especially with the Death card here, the old darkness isn't returning, but only if you truly let it go and surrender the baggage of whatever you consider God or source to the universe. Surrender that, like at the foot of, you know, like in the sense of a burning ritual where you write something down on a piece of paper and you burn it. It's just like, I'm laying this down at the altar and I'm walking away from it. Please take this off of me. You know, take this from me. You may be noticing a shortage of kindness and grace around you. Like I was saying earlier, with the Sun in reverse, it may be up to you to shine that outward. It's a very be the change moment. So it may begin with you having to show that for yourself and to be the one to initiate that into the world. I feel like there may be a moment where you're tempted to give up but at the last minute with this 8 of Wands, after breathing and exercising some patience, you find another angle and choose differently and break free from that dark place. It feels like the challenge and the darkness and struggle, I feel like it's going to be that dark night for what seems like a really long time. Long enough to bring you almost to that giving up point, to that breaking point. And just at the very end, it all breaks open and you break free. So it's not going to be like a slow unfurling. But after that, it's like it's instantaneous at the nth hour. But then after that, it takes a while to feel it dissipate. I feel peace and calm washing over you in waves as you let go. And it's like when you stub your toe and, you know, well, or any type of physical ouch, you know, you patch it up or whatever, and it's going to be fine. But and there's nothing more you can do, but you can still feel that kind of ache a little bit as it's slowly. So even though, yeah, I'm sorry I repeat myself sometimes. Anyways, afterwards, with this High Priestess, I feel like you will be able to see yourself and you'll be able to see others crystal clearly. There's like a certain amount of clairvoyance and focus that comes along with that healing. All right, so let's get your 3 doors. If you have decided that door 1 will be for you, it looks like that. It says, the art of life. There's no sacred light in the aura of an invisible life. Be bold in your skin. Let your love dance in sight. That's the sun card. If it being in reverse, you may be hiding that under a bushel. And how can you come out? Come out of that chrysalis. Unfurl your wings. All right. Chose card 2. That's your door. Forgive and forget. A ritual cleansing of pain and lies. Arise and awaken. See a new sunrise. Haha. That. And this is going to be that ritual cleansing I was talking about. Letting it go. Turning it over. Card 3. Your door looks like that. Freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine sacred reason. All right, like, share, and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I will talk to you next week. Thank you. All right, everyone who chose stack 3 or chose the skunk, perhaps, your weekly theme, your fairy card is look inside yourself, and you have the Knight of Coins, the Ace of Swords, the Hangman in reverse, and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So this look inside yourself, it's going to indicate you may be needing something and looking for it externally. You haven't been able to find it. It's just not. And with the reverse Page of Coins, I feel like you may have tried to invest materially in something hoping it would be the thing, and it just is not. You're just not seeing that return. It's not what you hoped. And with this page, I feel like you're being represented. You have 2 court cards here, so this is how you are showing up, or at least that's advising you how to show up. You'd be better served by exploring and finding ground within that is crying out for attention from you. So I feel like if you're looking for something and they're saying look within, right now I feel like there's so much being expected of us. And we're all very depleted. And so I feel like that I don't want you to hear that I'm saying to pull something out of your ass that just isn't there. So it's more like trying to find that area that's crying out for your attention. Finding what that need is. Where's that space? So this doesn't look like a passive pursuit with the Ace of Swords and the reverse Hangman. It is going to be, it's going to involve diving in and taking an initiative and being very active. And with the Knight of Coins, you're being very dedicated and committed to whatever it is and seeing it through. Whatever this Page of Coins decides, the Knight is going to take it from there all the way to the finish line. With the reverse Hangman, this look inside yourself, how can you get an outside perspective on yourself? Like, for an example, if someone is quiet and introverted and isn't thinking mean things, is maybe thinking happy things, is maybe thinking nice things, but for some reason they're perceived as being snobby or judgy, or they seem to attract drama or comparisons or whatever it is. And they're like, but I'm a nice person. Why do people perceive me this way? Are you, like, let's say, I'm going to say you, but I mean my example person. Are you nice, or are you just not mean? I know these are like super simple, like kindergarten terms, but just for the sake of illustration, let's use easy words. Are you friendly? Are you kind? Or just quiet and hoping in that absence of meanness that you'll be perceived as nice? Is that the same thing? So think about how your self-concept could be mismatched with the external. And this isn't about what other people think. That's very important to note. This isn't about who cares what other people think, but it's more about awareness, self-awareness, self-knowledge, and your integrity. Integrity being your outside matching your inside. and you're as outside and outside, inside and outside being in alignment. And so with the Ace of Swords does indicate like some kind of aha moment in that area. And if you are like looking inside, if you don't know what you're looking for, if you don't know what it's kind of talking about, look for areas of immaturity or lesser development. So we have a Page and a Knight. So something underdeveloped, something beginner, something nascent, progressing and becoming a more advanced version of itself. And so this really is about knowing yourself inside and out. Looking inside yourself for knowledge and for looking inside yourself and asking the right questions. And bringing yourself into alignment. All right, so if you chose card 1 to be your door, it looks like that. Freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine sacred reason. I think stack 2 got that. And stack 2 got one that stack 1 got. Funny how that works out. All right, if you chose door number 2, it looks like that. A cure for longing. Love is happiness, a spark inside. Live deliberately and choose boldly. Then you have arrived. Doesn't that look like living deliberately and choosing boldly? Ace of Swords, that's a bold choice right there too. The meaning and the picture. That's always cool. Okay. Oh, card 3. Right there. 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups, fun. A toast to friendship in the afternoon sun. 3 cups in happiness, 3 cheers are done. Alrighty, like, share, and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you in a week. Thank you.